Last Friday at Stadium in Texas, fans filled the arena anticipating a thrilling night of boxing. The main event was billed as an intriguing clash between a legendary boxer and a YouTube star turned professional fighter. However, expectations quickly turned to disappointment as the night unfolded into a lackluster affair. The fight failed to deliver the excitement promised on paper, with minimal action in the ring leaving the crowd visibly dissatisfied. Frustration echoed through the stadium as fans expressed their displeasure loudly, some even resorting to throwing punches and walking out. The tension peaked when Tank Davis and Kesson Davis nearly engaged in a physical altercation, highlighting the evening's chaotic atmosphere. Many fans voiced their preference for Tank Davis, the top contender, over Kesson Davis. Social media erupted with complaints, and boxing professionals condemned the fight as a disgrace. Tank Davis, however, was the loudest voice of criticism. In an impassioned Instagram post, he lashed out at Jake Paul, calling him a dumb clown for stepping into the ring with Mike Tyson. Tank didn't stop there. He vowed to beat the brakes off anyone who dared to fight him, intensifying the rivalry. The night wasn't just about Tank's animosity towards Jake Paul, it also showcased the escalating tension between Tank and the rising star, Kesson Davis. During the event, Kesson boldly taunted Tank, labeling him a fake and challenging him to a fight. "Davikin, this new guy, he's 140 pounds, he's bad." "Yeah, Davis, that's him right there," Kesson declared, sparking further animosity. Tank, already irked by the underwhelming main event, nearly lost his composure, prompting security to intervene before a full-blown brawl could ensue. Kesson Davis, one of boxing's hottest young stars, has been making waves with his impressive performances, including a stunning second-round knockout of Gustavo Shocker a few weeks prior. Kesson's aggressive stance has attracted significant attention, with fans and critics alike noticing his readiness to challenge top names like Tim Lopez, Devin Haney, and most notably, Tank Davis. In boxing, it's common for rising stars to call out established fighters to gain recognition, but Kesson's approach seemed more confrontational, as if he were deliberately provoking Tank. This strategy has both its merits and drawbacks. On one hand, it keeps Kesson in the spotlight. On the other, it risks underestimating Tank Davis, a fighter renowned not just for his knockout power, but also for his strategic prowess in the ring. Tank Davis is often compared to a chess master, meticulously studying his opponents and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. His punches are not only powerful, but also delivered from unexpected angles, making them devastatingly effective. Fighters like Ryan Garcia, Leo Santa Cruz, and Jose Pedraza have all experienced the overwhelming force of Tank once he fully engages, often leading to swift defeats once he finds his rhythm. Tank's combination of power and intelligence in the ring makes him a formidable opponent that few can withstand once he gains control of the fight. Despite his reputation, Tank's opponents sometimes underestimate his boxing IQ. In August 2021, Kesson sparred with Tank and acknowledged his skill, stating, "He's skillful, like you can watch me fight. You know I'm skilled, but I got in the ring with Kes Davis is good." No one questions that, but is he ready for Tank? That's the question. Kesson, already drawing significant crowds early in his career, believes he can take down Tank. His recent victory over Gustavo Limos has only fueled his confidence, positioning him as a potential future champion eager to prove himself against the best. Tank Davis's coach, Kenny Ellis, has criticized Kesson, calling him greedy and urging him to respect the levels in boxing. Even Eddie Hearn, a prominent boxing promoter, advised Kesson to recognize the hierarchy within the sport. Kesson remains undeterred, viewing his boldness as essential for staying relevant in a competitive field. However, this attitude might backfire if he underestimates Tank's capabilities. Boxing demands not only confidence and skill, but also strategic respect for seasoned fighters who have honed their craft over years. Boxing pundits and fans have long criticized Tank Davis for his career choices, accusing him of avoiding top-tier opponents like Vasily Lomachenko, Devin Haney, and Shocker Stevenson. Instead, Tank has opted to fight aging veterans, smaller opponents, or fighters hindered by contractual limitations, fueling allegations of cherry-picking. Critics argue that this approach undermines his legacy, suggesting that Tank prioritizes maintaining an unbeaten record over challenging himself against the sport's elite. Conversely, Kesson Davis is seen as the antithesis of Tank's career management. At just 30 years old with a growing reputation, Kesson is eager to take on formidable opponents early in his career. His willingness to face tough challenges is both a testament to his ambition and a potential risk, as boxing is as much about strategy as it is about skill. Kesson's determination to keep his name prominent in the boxing scene could either propel him to legendary status or lead to his downfall if he fails to back up his bold claims in the ring. The boxing community remains divided over who holds the upper hand in this rivalry. Tank's consistent performance and strategic mind make him a daunting opponent, while Kesson's youthful energy and hunger for high-profile fights position him as a rising star with the potential to shake up the division. As Kesson continues to attract large audiences and position himself for major bouts, the inevitable clash with Tank Davis becomes a focal point of discussion. A fight between them would not only settle personal scores, but also address the broader debate about the best path to boxing greatness, whether through strategic matchmaking or facing the toughest competition head-on. Adding complexity to the situation is the ongoing saga involving Ryan Garcia, another prominent figure in the lightweight division. Garcia, after defeating Devin Haney, has shifted his focus away from a potential rematch with Tank Davis. Citing physical limitations, Garcia has moved up to welterweight, avoiding the 140 pounds limit that has been a contentious point in his career. The infamous rehydration clause, which restricts fighters from rehydrating after weigh-ins, has been a significant obstacle for Garcia, impacting his performance and fueling further criticism of Tank Davis's career choices. Garcia's decision to move to welterweight not only marks a strategic pivot, but also leaves the door open for Tank Davis to seek a rematch without the constraints that previously hindered such negotiations. Meanwhile, Tank continues to dominate the lower weight classes, ready to take on any challenger that steps into the ring. The potential rematch with Kesson Davis in 2025 looms as a possibility that could redefine both fighters' careers and the lightweight division's landscape. As the boxing world watches closely, the rivalry between Tank Davis and Kesson Davis exemplifies the clash between established strategy and youthful ambition. Tank's methodical approach contrasts sharply with Kesson's aggressive pursuit of high-profile fights, creating a compelling narrative that has fans eagerly anticipating their potential showdown. Whether Kesson can rise to the challenge and overcome Tank's seasoned tactics remains to be seen, but the anticipation alone has already ignited conversations across the boxing community. In the meantime, Tank Davis is set to defend his WBC lightweight title against Lamont Roach in March next year, a fight that is already under scrutiny and expected to attract similar criticisms as his previous bouts. A victory over Roach could pave the way for a high-stakes match with Kesson Davis, providing Tank an opportunity to silence his critics and reaffirm his dominance in the division. For Kesson, securing a win against Tank would not only validate his bold claims, but also cement his status as a legitimate contender ready to take on the sport's biggest names. Ultimately, the unfolding rivalry between Tank Davis and Kesson Davis highlights the evolving dynamics within boxing's lightweight division. As both fighters continue to navigate their careers, Tank with his strategic defenses and Kesson with his audacious challenges, their paths are set to intersect in ways that could significantly impact the future of the sport. Fans and analysts alike remain eager to see how this confrontation will play out, anticipating a fight that promises to be as much about personal pride as it is about professional legacy. As the lightweight division continues to develop, the anticipation for a Tank versus Kesson showdown only grows stronger. Whether Kesson's relentless pursuit and confidence can overcome Tank's experience and strategic acumen will determine not only the outcome of their rivalry, but also shape the broader narrative of boxing's next generation. Until that pivotal fight occurs, the boxing world remains on edge, watching closely as two distinct philosophies collide in the ring, each vying to leave an indelible mark on the sport's storied history.